get a little word with us, please, for BBC News?
Yeah,
okay.
go on.
You know, what a day. You are dressed and you are really ready to pay tribute.
Listen, Manny was the smartest man I'd ever met in my life. So when I went in Couples in Selfridges and saw this, I thought, Manny, that's for you. That's what it is. So I'm going to love you. Take care. Oh,
if that's okay. How are you feeling today? It's a stupid question, but how are you going to pay? How will you pay tribute to Manny today?
We'll celebrate his life. What a beautiful human being that he was.
What did he mean to you?
Everything. He's a brother to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Alright, Dan.
Yeah, because he was a proper one of the boys, everyone loved him. He's going to be truly missed.
What did he mean to you?
Well, we've got a massive history together, done top of this, we're sharing the same history, you know what I mean? And to share a history like that, special.
So many people here today, all walks of life, and every sort of musical background and genre, but you know, what did he mean to music in Manchester?
Yeah, mate, well, he is part of the Manchester heritage, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to go in there and I'll see you later, bye. Yes, boss, how are you, mate? Yes, shaker.
Jean, George, Joe, Greg, Monk, Colin, Siobhan, Stuart, Johnny, Harriet and all the family. I'm sorry for your loss. And thanks for asking me to speak here today, and it's an honour. Jean, George and Joe, everyone in this place is with you. And if you ever need anything at all at any time, please come and ask me or any of us here today. You are the light of your dad's life and his dream, and he lit up when he spoke of you. One thing we can all agree on is Manny was one of the greatest lads we ever met, one of the greatest men that we ever knew. Lucky us. We've all shed a tear, millions have cried a river. Manny was like a brother to me, a dream as a friend, a dream musical comrade. I first met Manny in 1980, and he was known as the Nod, and to this day he's in my phone as Nod. Always flicking his fringe and always laughing. The same kid then as the Manny the world came to know and love. And we all know Gaz lived his life laughing, and laughing was his #1 pursuit, always looking for the next laugh, a non-stop human laugh machine. Fiercely intelligent, also with a serious side, interested in any and every subject under the sun at any time, a lover of the underdog. Manny's been in my corner, whatever the situation, for 45 years, non-stop, unconditionally. Always a beautiful soul and spirit, as was his lovely mum Nancy. Everything Manny loved when I first knew him, he loved all his life. His family, his pals, fishing, football, United, music, Lambrettas, dancing, clobber, town, and all the usual gentlemanly pursuits. He lived a fulfilled and a blessed life, going round and round the world, lifting the people up with his bass guitar skills, and around the world again and again. And he lived to do that, and he exceeded his dreams. Yet at the same time, he was given life's hard knocks and dealt cards that could break others. He kept his pain to himself. Mani was able to laugh his way through any darkness he found. No matter how dark, he always found a laugh. His raw, naughty humour always shining through. Show me the mountain, I will climb it, being his mantra. As you see today, Mani's made friends from all walks of life and from all over the world. Friends with all the bands, all the players, the singers, the crew, the promoters and the executives. He loved everyone and everyone loves him. And he loved everywhere and he loved all of mankind. And his life and soul wherever he was, making every room he was in brighter. A friend of mine was backstage at a Rosie's gig, waiting for the coach to the after show in a holding room. He told me the room was packed and filling up fast. It was jam-packed when Mani came in. Turned to my friend, said, "What's this? An episode of Record Breakers? For the most people in one room. Where's Roy Castle and his trumpet?" With all the tributes and accolades and the notices and the tsunami of love for Mani, his brother Greg's asked me to tell you about his last Christmas present from Mani. Greg opened his present to find a Stage 4 racing-tuned Arthur Francis exhaust for a Lambretta Jet 200. Greg says, "Thanks, our kid, but I haven't got a scooter." Mani says, "Never mind, Greg, I'll have that for mine." Mani wouldn't want us to be broken-hearted, but we all are, and we'll never fill the Mani-sized hole that we're left with. It's such a big loss, it's hard to find words. Thanks to God, we shared our lives with Mani. It's only right that we're here to celebrate Mani's life, and in the biggest, most prestigious church in the city. Few loved this city with the passion that Mani did, and few have done so much with this city. And I want to start a campaign for a Mani statue, 50 feet high, a solid gold one. Mani forever, God bless Mani.
Mr. Brown's a hard act to follow most times, but may as well go home right now. First of all, I'd like to say thanks to Greg and Imelda's family for asking me to speak at this occasion. As Ian said, it's such an honour. So, as I look around this huge cathedral today and see so many of us gathered to pay our respects to Mani, it says so much about the wonderful person he was. How privileged we all were to have known and spent time with him in whatever capacity that was. Whether as a fellow Mancunian, a brother, uncle, family member, world-class musician, rock and roller, or life and soul of the party, and to Joe, Jean and George, simply their dad. You all have your own special moments and memories, and I'd like to share some of my own. I first met Mani in the winter of 1989. I was up in Manchester for a Jesus and Mary Chain concert. Afterwards, a friend suggested we go to the Hacienda. First person I saw when I walked through the heavy industrial rubber doors that separated Whitworth Street from the dance floor was Mani. He welcomed me with a huge smile and made a big fuss of me, complimenting me on Primal Scream's latest single, Ivy, Ivy, Ivy. At the time, the Stone Roses were the hottest thing in British music. The music press and thousands of fans loved them, and they were high in the charts with the classic single, Fool's Gold. Primal Scream in comparison couldn't get arrested, but Mani's warm and welcoming manner, treating me like an equal, made me feel like $1 million, and I've never forgotten that. I can confidently speak on all of our behalves and say that Mani had that effect on us all. Mani had the magic touch for people. It didn't matter if you were the CEO of a major record company or a cleaning lady in a hotel. He was friendly to everyone and was inclusive. He wanted everyone to join in, get along together and enjoy the fun. And fun we had. I next encountered Mani in Brighton after a Stone Roses gig. I think it was December 1995. We went to the escape club afterwards and hung out till the early hours of the morning. The following afternoon, I was just about recovering from the revelries of the night before when I received a phone call at home. It was Manny asking me to meet him at a pub in town. I went along to meet him and we started out where we left off the night before. The next thing I knew, I woke up in a strange hotel room with a crushing hangover. I looked out the windows. I could only see trees, no cityscape. After consulting with my mate Terry McQuaid, it transpired we were in Newport, Wales. Manny had kidnapped us onto the Roses crew bus in Brighton in our celebratory state. It has to be said that we didn't put up too much of a fight. Willing accomplices with Stockholm Syndrome, I guess. The following summer, I heard through the grapevine that the Roses were in the process of splitting up. And I remembered some of the things Manny had said to me on that fateful bus journey from Brighton to Newport. I reached out to him through a mutual friend and let it be known that we love him in the band. A month or so later, Manny joined Primal Scream. Result: along came Manny with his brother Greg to the studio. We played him a new track we were working on, asked him to make a bass line for it. It was an abstract piece of music with no chords to hang a bass line on, just a lot of whispered vocals and creepy atmospherics. It did, however, have a rolling hypnotic tribal drum rhythm. Out came his beloved Rickenbacker bass guitar. Manny had a listen, messed about for a bit, trying to find a place for himself in the track, and on the third take, he nailed it. We titled the song Kowalski, and it was released as the first single from our Vanishing Point album, and it crashed straight into the charts at number 8, powered by Manny's pummeling bassline. What an entrance, pure Mounfield. I'll give you a football analogy here. It was like scoring a goal in his first match for a new club that he'd just signed to. Best free transfer ever. What a superstar. And then and there it began. Manny and I spent a lot of time together travelling to Europe and America on promotional duties for the Scream. After a few weeks of this, I felt like I had known him all of my life. He became like a brother. We shared a love of football, clothes, music. We discovered we had both seen major punk rock bands like The Clash, The Jam, Stranglers and Buzzcocks on the same tours in 1977 to 79, 80. Me in Glasgow, him in Manchester, two cities that have very much in common. Manny brought so much to our band and to my life that is hard to put down in words. His enthusiasm and positivity was contagious. He was always up for a bit of action, and his lust for life was inspiring. He was a ball of non-stop high energy, in possession of both a keen intelligence and a bonkers sense of humour. No one and nothing was safe from his observations about the absurdity of life and human behaviour. Nothing was taboo and no one too important to escape his laser-eyed ability to cut the pretentious and self-important down to size, myself included. His ability to make laughter out of any situation was of great value wherever we sat. His ability to make laughter out of any situation was of great value wherever we found ourselves in the world. There is a Glaswegian term, gallus, which is descriptive of someone who carries himself with swagger and is confident in their own abilities. For example, Diego Maradona and Eric Cantona were both gallus. Mani too was gallus. His musicianship was of a very high calibre. He was a funky little mother with a rock and roll heart. He stalked the stage with the stealth of a panther and with the grace of a dancer. How fortunate we were to have him in our band and in our lives. His bass playing was powerful and precise, subtle and soulful. Whatever was needed for the job in hand, he always played for the good of the song. He could swing with the best of them and punk out if needed in the classic aggressive Mancunian style of Garth from Buzzcocks or Peter Hook in his Warsaw days. Mani was proud of his Irish Republican revolutionary heritage and working class background. And most of all, he was proud of being a Mancunian. I lost count of the times he referred to his beloved hometown as Manchester. And must pay equal tribute to his beloved wife, Imelda. Imelda was his rock and as big a character as Mani was, with a huge heart to match. They were a formidable and amazing couple, and to be in their company was always memorable. We saw them go through their difficult journey to start a family together, and were all so thrilled when their beautiful twins, Jean and George, arrived. Imelda was a wonderful wife, mother and friend, and her passing in 2023 was a huge tragedy felt by all who knew her, most of all by Mani, Jean and George. I'm going to finish up by saying that Mani's not dead. He's just gone. He will always live forever in my soul and in my mind. I carry his spirit in me. Things he said, things he did, I will remember them forever, mostly with a smile on my face and a chuckle. Farewell, comrade. I love you, Mani Mounfield.